If a girl gets her period, a beautiful girl, he's going to follow her in the bathroom, hypnotize her, and go down on her. And they said, okay, that's great. Can you do anything sicker? And I said, yes, absolutely.
Misericors de Deus, pius et justus.
Something was out there. Something bad.
I love Hemlock Grove because it's a mix of genres. It's part horror, but really more murder mystery thriller. I would say it's a very dark, scary, supernatural murder mystery. Well, I remember when producer Eric Newman first brought me the novel Hemlock Grove by Brian McGreevy, and he said, okay, there's werewolves and vampires, but it's not that. There's a mad scientist, there's a Frankenstein, it's all about monsters, and it's very adult and very violent. And I read the book, and I really thought it was like a supernatural Twin Peaks. And look, Twilight, I think it's obviously wonderful. It's a worldwide phenomenon. I enjoy the movies, but they are for a particular audience. But I also knew that audience was going to grow up. And I wanted the kids who had seen Twilight to watch Hemlock Grove and the transformation go, oh my God, that's what a transformation really looks like. In Twilight, you have the hot guy peels off a shirt and poof, he's a wolf. And in Hemlock Grove, it's like watching someone have an epileptic seizure. That the transformation is like watching when you are in science class and you're a kid and they show you a video of childbirth and you're like, oh my God, we knew it was that, but we didn't really want to see that. But then it's burned in your brain. That's the transformation I wanted. And you could see that reaction when the show first started streaming on Netflix. People all over the world were like, that is the sickest transformation I've ever seen. That's a great question. I love David Lynch. And I remember as a kid going to see Blue Velvet and thinking, wow, that's like an old clock in the 50s ambulance. Even though it was modern America, it had this feel of small town America. And I love the way he captures that small town America, because I think small town applies anywhere in the world. In Germany, they're very small, quiet towns. There's very dark things going underneath. That's in any country in the world. And I'm obsessed with art direction. And in creating the television show, I wanted to create a world. So I wanted like a 50s style varsity jacket, but I wanted Roman Godfrey's car to be, we found this very cool 1960s Jaguar and old. I love that they lived in this beautiful mansion, but they had details of like very old refrigerators that were restored, like beautiful antiques. So it's fun, Peter, the character, the werewolf character, he lives in a trailer and they're very earthy. And it's like this very earthy world sleeping, he sleeps in a hammock. Everything's very grounded, and the Godfreys live in this castle with, knights and grandfather clocks and very stuffy furniture and billiards tables. And the fun for me as a director is creating that whole universe that these other people can then play in. Absolutely. Since Hostel, people have really been coming after me to do something television horror related. But every time I had an idea, the network would go, well, you can't do that. It's television. You got to do that in movies. And what we're seeing now, in 2014 is this golden age of television horror. It's this new renaissance where I go to Netflix and I sit down in the first meeting and I said, I want a kid who's a vampire, who's going to be a vampire. He's in high school. He craves blood, but he can hypnotize anyone. So he's going to, if a girl gets her period, a beautiful girl, he's going to follow her in the bathroom, hypnotize her, and go down on her. And they said, okay, that's great. Can you do anything sicker? And I said, yes, absolutely. And that's when I knew this was the right network for me. Because we want those moments that are going to be like insane and wild and shocking and horrific. I think if you have too many of them, the show gets boring. But for me, it's all about doing something that's smart, that serves the story. Anytime I do violence in a movie, it's not just for the sake of violence. It has to serve the story and serve the character and really make the audience sit on the edge of their seat going, I'm scared to see what happens next. There's great horror. I mean, you have American Horror Story, The Strain, Walking Dead, Penny Dreadful, Hannibal. I mean, it's unbelievable, the shows that are going on right now. And they're gruesome and they're fantastic. And you have amazing creators involved in all of these shows. So it was exciting to kind of be at the beginning of this new wave of television horror. I think Walking Dead has really made, in America, has made gore mainstream. There are a lot of people that would have never seen a zombie film that really love Walking Dead. So seeing gore now isn't really a big deal the way it used to be. It's just another story element, which is how it should be. Oh, for sure. I mean, I loved it. I had a great experience. It's different, though. You know, in television, season 2 of Hemlock Grove, we got amazing directors. Floria Sigismondi, who directed The Runaways, comes in. Spencer Susser, who did Hesher. Vincenzo Natali, who directed Cube and Splice. They all wanted to come in and play in this world. And that's the fun as a producer, is I can help support them and back them up and let them, you know, go completely crazy with it. And that was really a pleasure for me. But I mean, my passion is directing, and I love directing movies, but I would definitely create another TV show.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Great.
Thank you.
Danke.
And then there's all these very strange characters that you encounter along the way. My character being one of them.